Good afternoon. My name is Dave Puckett. I am founder and chief technical evangelist of Cognitive Resolution Solutions. I'm very common. You probably haven't heard of that. I'm going to introduce several terms you've probably never heard. We develop dispute resolution systems. Does anybody want to buy any? Because no one's really in the market. We need to create that market. Do you know the term ADR, alternative dispute resolution? Do you know the term ODR, online dispute resolution? Our methodology that we gave to the market as a methodology document for standards in this industry, TEDR, Technology Enhanced Dispute Resolution. So during this talk, I want to try to convince you that we have a better way to resolve disputes than the way it's been done. So let me back up. My mom was in the legal industry. I watched and grew up in it. She was in the personal injury side of the legal industry. Often not very well thought of. People don't think, who's ever said, man, I had a good time at the courthouse today. Boy, that's a good divorce. Boy, I got the greatest attorney. Attorneys, unfortunately, lately have a reputation that's probably not much higher than a used car salesperson. Not necessarily fair, there's some great attorneys. It's the process and the system. Airbnb reinvented lodging. Uber reinvented transportation. It's time for the legal system to be reinvented. Lucy on Charlie Brown had 5 cents for psychiatry advice. Well, Lucy wasn't a licensed psychiatrist. She wasn't legally able to do that. Attorneys have scared us with UPL, unauthorized practice of law. My career began wanting to go to law school. My mom, of course, wanted me to go to law school. And I met Dr. Becker, his then wife, Krista Slayton, Dr. Slayton, at the University of Hawaii. Dr. Becker is credited with creating the first community mediation center as the outreach of the University of Hawaii. Hawaii was a perfect place for this to be born because prior to statehood, it was a kingdom, king and a queen, elders. So if you had a dispute, you didn't have to have a lawyer, you didn't have to go to court and file a motion in a circuit, and you didn't have to go back and forth through depositions, etc. You went and sat down with the elders and you resolved it. That was the beauty of ADR, alternative dispute resolution, alternative to the legal system. And then it got sucked into the legal system, and now nobody wants to buy mediation and arbitration. We're going to introduce a term that we base it on is a combination of electronic negotiation and emotional intelligence, or what we call EQ. 90% of conflict is emotion. It's misunderstanding. It's the DNA of yourself and how you were born and your personality, and your counterpart or counterparts in a conflict have a different DNA and a different way of resolving disputes. So we know 90% to 95% of a dispute is psychological. Why don't we handle it that way? Lawyers are great. Law schools don't really teach negotiation skills in a traditional sense. They don't teach ADR skill. That's why lawyers have to go get a 40-hour certificate to become a mediator. And they don't teach the psychological aspects of dispute resolution. We have our methodology, TDR, and now because of AI, we've been doing AI for 12 years. But now everybody's scared of AI. Oh, AI is bad. We can't use it in the legal system. We got to stop it. It's unethical. My counterpart, or one of my competitors, wrote an article less than 10 years ago in American Trial Lawyer magazine. He talked about Silicon judges that don't have bias, no economic bias, no sex bias, no cultural bias. Now, that sounds great, but AI enables that. So let me take a pivot point and talk to you about a book that changed my life. And many people, most of you have seen this book, Getting to Yes. It's a sales training. Mediators get to it. Uri and Fisher, I think they're both Harvard professors. Probably 40 million copies of this book have been written. Buried in it is a story that I use as the foundation for the methodology. It's called the Orange Story. Okay, pretty simple. Two teenagers, boy and a girl, fighting over an orange. By nature, we just want to get the knife out and cut it. But in that case, both parties are settling for 50% of what they want. Is that really what we want to do, is settle? Okay, but the Uri Fisher story trying to get you to get to yes in the sales process is the boy wanted just the whole orange and didn't want to share it with the little girl. The young girl had read a recipe for the zest of the entire peel for orange flavored cake. So she had in her mind, I need the whole peel. The boy just wanted fruit, didn't want to share it. Psychologically, I'm sure the boy thought, I'm bigger than her, I'll just, power and I'll take it. Maybe the girl said, well, I'm fast, I'm going to grab it, I'm going to run. Okay. Well, the story goes on, if you think about it, we don't ask what parties want. When you hire two lawyers, you don't talk to each other. The two parties in conflict, the two lawyers follow procedure, and we're all about how do we get to hey, both parties can get 100% of what they want. It's real easy. Now think about the story of the orange and modernistic things. We talk about parenting. I'm 61 in April. My father would have said, "You fighting over an orange? I'll take the dang thing and eat it myself." Okay? Maybe more modernistic parents, well, let's sit down and talk about it, or let's cut it in half, like I've already mentioned, and let's try to settle this thing. Okay? Maybe the current timeout parents, I call them, maybe they'd say, "I'll go buy you another orange. You both can have an orange." But in reality, they were so able to get this resolved. What is the third party to a conflict? Not all conflicts have two parties. Maybe that person wants the seeds. 100% of everybody could get their orange, what they want out of the orange. I told this story in the marina that I lived in, close to Tropicana orange juice. The guy came up and said, "I heard your story. You obviously don't know a lot about oranges." I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Where do you think Tropicana makes their money?" I said, "Selling orange juice." He goes, "Yeah, we sell pulp, we sell fragrance, we sell acid, flavors." And so, guys, that's my point. Our technology and AI asks what you want. There's a delta overlap. Both parties don't see what each other wants, and the AI and through the emotional intelligence gathering, through an assessment like the Myers-Briggs personality test, there's a great emotional intelligence assessment. So what we try to do is bring that all together in AI and give a platform, a dispute resolution platform. So you do need one. We have it. But what we want to talk about is the TDR methodology, which is our gift and set of standards, because we'd like to see companies and people start to look at this and not have to go to court. We do have a product called avoidcourt.com. This is not a product pitch, it's a process pitch. It's changing the way we resolve disputes in this country. So thanks for your consideration. In May or June, we're going to have a lot more opportunity to hear more. There's going to be a lot of press releases. We're going to have an announcement of our partnership on a Google Cloud. And so thanks for your time, and look forward to providing more information in the future. Thank you.